Hey, last week I ran a 10K time trial and my legs blew out at 4Ks. I just couldn't hold the pace I wanted to any longer. So between the lactic acid, I think that's what it was, I think that's what fitness people call it, between the lactic acid and my very short breathing, I got thinking how running a competitive race is like running a business. So hang in there today, and in just a few minutes I'm going to share with you why running a race is like running a business. And with a new mindset, it'll change the way you run your business. Welcome to JTInTheRaw, show 45, where I chew the thin on business. Hey, thanks everyone for tuning in this week. Thanks everyone for sharing last week's show, which was on building trust in your company. I really appreciate everybody sharing that show. Thank you. If you missed last week's show, just put 44 in the comments below and I will send you the link to the show and you can catch up on my thoughts on building trust, like how you build trust and why you would build trust in the business. Hi Leanne, how is New Zealand? G'day Ken, all the way from San Francisco. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Hope the new job's going great and you're loving it. Okay, so this week's show, what am I going to share with you? What am I going to talk about? First up, how running a competitive race can shape how you run a business, the power of culture in your business, why you don't want dickheads in your company, and the power of optimism. But before we get moving, I just need to do one thing, because it's party time round here. Yeah, we've just hit 100,000 downloads on the Fitness Business podcast overnight. Woohoo! Now, it seemed like it took forever to get from 95,000 to 100,000, but we've done it. So thanks to all the guests that have ever been on the Fitness Business podcast. Thanks to our partners and, of course, to Chantel, who's our amazing host and force behind the show. First off, we ticked 100 shows. That's 93 more shows than most podcasts. Then we've ticked off 100,000 downloads. Next is our second birthday. If we hit our second birthday, which is only 3 weeks away, we will be 21 months longer than the average podcast lasts. We've got some great guests lined up. And for the birthday month, some amazing guests who have been on that are coming back onto the show. So that'll be pretty cool. So if you're not listening to the Fitness Business Podcast, get a listen to it. Head over to thefitnessbusinesspodcast.com. Not yet, because you're on JTInTheRaw, and jump on there. Welcome, Benny Lucas. Hold on there, Benny. Don't go anywhere. You'll hear your name mentioned very shortly, and Chantel, you just would have heard your name. So shout-outs this week. First off, some shout-outs to Andrew from Belgravia in Western Australia, Angus from New Zealand, Anna Lee from Hobart Fitness Training, Dave from 38X, for all your Filex insights that you've shared on the Active Management blog. Thank you. I'm very grateful for you guys contributing and sharing what you picked out of the conference that we've just been to. I've really enjoyed reading it, and I know people who are reading our blog get a lot out of it. If you haven't checked that out, head across to activemanagement.com.au/blog. Benny Lucas, who's on now, shout out to Benny and all the team of Flow Athletic. Last night, I headed along to a spin class in Home Nightclub. So where the dance floor is, Benny put all his bikes down and it was an amazing experience. Here's what I learned. The Matrix bikes are really good bikes. I really enjoyed them. They were really smooth. They were really comfortable. They were easy to adjust. So congratulations, Matrix, on a really nice, smooth bike. Every health club needs to have the sound system that a nightclub has. It was amazing, the power and the vibrations and the bass that was coming through. I don't know. I don't understand music, but I tell you what, it rocked in this club. So if you've got a shitty sound system in your gym, you're really going to notice the difference when you put a good one in. And wow, what what an experience do lights create? So it becomes this sensory overload. It's really powerful. Again, I had no idea about the power of light, but basically, I've got to admit, with the sound and the lights, I just sort of drifted off and cycled at the same time. I really enjoyed the humor of the instructor. I thought it was really cool. I thought he was pretty funky for a Slovakian basketball player, I believe, who's a converted spin instructor. You know what? I don't know whether he's a good instructor or a bad instructor, because I was just in my own little world with the music going and with the sound system. It was phenomenal and a great experience. So congratulations, Benny and the Flow Athletic team. Great initiative. Well done. Morning, Jace Lawrence. My final shout out today, of course, goes to all the mums out there. I just saw Helen Suvalis on. Helen and all the mums that are watching. Happy Mother's Day in Australia for Sunday. Hope you guys have a great day and are spoiled rotten by everybody. Okay, what's been happening this week? So this week's been a real week of learning for me, and my learning, I guess, really started last Saturday during this 10K run, which was apparently the New South Wales Championships for 10Ks. No one told me that when I enrolled. And I was about 4Ks into the race, and here's where my lesson about life, my lesson about business started. Run your own race. Run your own race. You see, my trainer said to me, my PT Darren said to me, he wants me to go hard. He said, I want you to go hard. So I went as hard, and you know what? I forgot about any strategy. I was more focused on keeping up with the Sydney Striders pacer for the 45-minute, 10-minute K. I was more focused on them. I was more focused on all the people around me and trying to keep up with people or trying to get ahead of people. I wasn't even running at my own pace. So I'd lost my whole strategy. And in essence, I was more focused on my competitors than I was on my own race. The result was that with 60% of the race to go, over half of the race to go, I had to come up with a brand new strategy in order to finish the race. So I was actually in the run, I'm running, and now I've got to come up with, how am I going to finish the race? What am I going to run? What splits am I going to run? And that's a really hard thing to do. So if we use the race as a metaphor for business, you have to run your own race. When you concentrate on your competitors and all the people around you, you lose focus on your own strategy. You're not following your plan, and you're reactive to your competitors' moves. Then, when you get stressed, when you get worried and you become unfocused, you become emotional about the business. And I can guarantee you, when you're emotional about your decisions, you're not thinking straight. And you won't make that same decision if you are unemotional. So my suggestion for you about business is this: run your own race. Run your own race. And run the full race. It's not about the start, it's not about the middle, and it's not about the end of the race. It's about staying focused for the complete race on your own strategy. I mean, just ask Usain Bolt. You watch Usain Bolt, he's slow out of the blocks. 20 metres, he's not worried about his competitors because he knows his race strategy will get him across the line first. Now, I'm not all that confident in my running ability, so I know I'm not going to get across the line first, but I am confident with a good strategy I will get across the line. And when it comes to business at Active Management, I'm very confident that over the long race, we will win. Over the long race, Active Management as a business consulting company, we're really going to last a lot longer than everybody else. We've already been there for nearly 12 years now, so things are working well for us. So I'm not worried. I'm not looking at what my other consultants are doing in the industry. I'm just focusing on my strategy and where we're heading. And that's my advice to you. Focus on your strategy and run the full race. So here's my question for everybody that's watching now or watching on a replay. I want you to rate yourself out of 10 and put a number in the comments below, where 1 is highly focused on your competitors, and at the other end of the spectrum, 10 is you don't really care about your competitors, you're highly focused on your own strategy. Go on, tell me right now, down there in the comments, Are you a 1, 2, 3, 4? Like less than 5, you're focusing on your competitors? Greater than 5, you're starting to really focus on your own strategy. I want to see what you guys think. Go on, tell me down in those comments. Go 1 through to 10. Okay, we've got some coming through. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Lovely. Awesome. Yep, 8s, 3s. Interesting. Okay. Now, thank you for sharing that, guys. By the way, if you want any help in determining your business strategy, then reach out to me. More than happy to help out. Pop JT in the comments below, and I'll help you work on your strategy. I'll reach out to you and we'll work out a way that we can work on that strategy. Okay, as I mentioned last week in show 44, I had 2 tasks this week to do. One was to work on my presentation for the retention conference next week that I'm speaking at. And the other one was to do some online training on my computer, doing the Ryan Levesque Ask Method training program. And I'm going to tell you more about what I'm learning from Ryan over the coming weeks. I got to admit, I punched out 2 of the courses, but I didn't get them all done. Morning, Tracy. How you going? Thank you for being so honest about your rating. Okay, but in my prep for the retention conference, I rediscovered a powerful quote from Peter Drucker. Peter Drucker says this: organizational culture eats strategy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Organizational culture eats strategy for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. See, culture drives expectations and beliefs. Expectations and beliefs drives behavior. Behavior drives habits. Habits create our future. So it all starts with culture. And my question to everybody watching this morning, either live or on replay, my question for you is this: how much time do you spend on culture in your business and developing that culture in your business? Now, culture may well be defined and even created from the top down. As you guys as business owners, you may be creating that culture, you may be defining that culture, but that culture is alive thanks to the people that are below you. The people will live your culture and make that culture thrive. So it's not about the skills that people are coming to your business, it's more about their attitude, and that their attitude matches your culture. A few days ago in Australia, we had the A-League Grand Final, and Sydney FC, who have broken all records in the A-League competition this year, they were victorious. And just before the Grand Final, I heard a very honest interview with Graham Arnold, who's the coach. And here's what Graham Arnold said: we had a no dickhead policy. We were not interested in the best players. We were interested in the players who wanted to be in the best team. Now, if that meant that they were coming from the bench, or they were playing out of position, or even not playing some weeks, then so be it. That was a decision that they would have to make if they wanted to be part of the best team. He then went on to say, I'm a raving fan of the no dickhead policy in terms of if you want your team to be successful. So every week, your strategy for your business is going to be challenged. They're going to be challenging circumstances. There'll even be excuses that'll come up on why the strategy was not used, was not followed, was lost, was watered down, or whatever. However, it's your culture that will be the driving force to create resilience, to create toughness, and to create passion. And most importantly, it's the attitude to keep powering on no matter what is put in front of the team. Your culture will provide the wins over time. So I want to really encourage you guys today not to just build your culture, but I want you to value it. I want you to live it. I want you to reinforce it. And I want you to fight for your culture, whether that's in a sporting team, whether that's in a big club, or whether that's a department inside a club. Morning, Timmy Felton, all the way from Singapore. Okay, if the comments that I talk about around this culture thing, I want you to think about where you fit. Are you below par? Are you par? Or are you above par? In other words, are you happy with the culture in your business, or is it something you could work on? tell me down below. Just tell me if you think, oh, it's something we really need to work on, or I'm really happy with the culture. Because if you're really happy, I'd love to talk to you and want get some secrets from you that I can share. Okay, now, while building the culture, we have to weed out what we call energy vampires. To build a positive, contagious team, you need contagious leaders in every role in your business. That should be your goal. You also need to weed out any negativity. One negative teammate will be an energy vampire in your business. Negativity will breed. So weed out those energy vampires that suck out all the positiveness from your business. I want you to turn the focus of your business, the focus of your team, away from what is wrong to what is right in your business. Have your team focus on gratitude. Have them focus on being appreciative that they work in an industry that they love or with a product that they love. And most importantly, with a company that they admire and they respect. Can we talk about optimism for a moment? Can we just for a moment, bear with me while I just want to explore this concept of optimism. You see, optimism is a competitive advantage both in business and personally. From research from Duke University, Duke University, research shows optimistic people work harder, they get paid more, they win more games if it's a sporting team, and they even live longer. So being positive is a great thing for all of us. I hope this gets you thinking about culture in your business. I really do. I really hope this plants a seed for you to analyse the culture in your business, do a self-evaluation. Now, I promise that after the retention conference, a couple of weeks after that, I will have an ebook out around developing culture in your business and being successful in your business. That is to come. Okay, nearly done, guys. So I head to the UK on Sunday. I've got 2.5 days in London before heading up to Manchester. In London, I am training at Boom Cycle, Barry's Boot Camp in London, Cycle, Transition Zone, and I'm going to the brand new Ministry Does Fitness. Some of you may have a record or have known of the Ministry of Sound. Well, now they've done a health club. So I'm going there and I'm going to go and check that out, and I can't wait to see what that experience is like. So Wednesday, I head off to Manchester, catch a train up there, speak at the retention conference on the Thursday, and then I'm speaking at the virtual conference, which is on the Friday. Now, that's for Doug Miller. Remember, this conference is being streamed internationally while we're all speaking. So if you can't be in Manchester, you can still get to that conference because it's being streamed. So if you put in the comments below, put Doug in the comments below. I'll send you the link so you can either stream it live or get the recording. And I think I can get it to you for free because I'll give you the code. So just put Doug in the comments below and I'll send you the link for that. Okay, Friday evening, I then head back to London. I've got Saturday in London. I'm going to try and sneak in a couple more workouts at gyms. So if you're from the UK and you want to recommend any gyms I should look at next Saturday, pop that in the comments and I will go and check them out. So what does that mean? Well, that means next Thursday night at 11 p.m. in Manchester, I'll be doing JT in the Raw, coming to you live from my hotel room in Manchester. So that should be good. I should be tired, I guess. I've spoken all day, but we'll see how we go. Okay, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to JT in the Raw show 45. Today, I hope you got some value out of it. I hope you got some thoughts around your culture and building those concepts into your business. As always, if you think someone could get value out of JT in the Raw, I'd love you to share it. Just tag them in the comments below. That would be awesome. Head across to fitnessbusinesspodcast.com as well after the show so you can check out all the shows there and help us get out to, let's say, 200,000 downloads. Okay, thanks, Michael. I will certainly send you the links to Doug's conference. Okay, so let's finish off today with quote of the week. This isn't going to surprise you, I don't think, because of the emphasis that I just gave it in the show. Research shows optimistic people work harder, get paid more, win more games, and even live longer. Being positive is a great thing for all of us. One more time, research shows optimistic people work harder, get paid more, win more games, and even live longer. Being positive is a great thing for all of us. Thanks for tuning in to JTInTheRaw. Happy Mother's Day on Sunday to all the mums. I'll see you next week, coming to you from Manchester. Thanks, Andrew Ward, for tuning in today. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Please share, pop your comments in below. Love to know what you think of the show, and have an awesome time. See ya.